Hello everybody, this is Sharon from Sharon's Crochet Design, and today we are going to make a cell phone caddy, is what I call them. I live in a senior apartment complex, and I started making these, I moved here 6 years ago, about 5.5 years ago, I guess, for many of us here, just to hang it, put it around our neck. We kept putting our cell phones down and losing them. And just for safety reasons, we always like to make sure we have our cell phones with us when we, go into another room or whatever. And this just makes it real convenient just to have this around our neck. And so I started making these, and I've made a ton of them. It measures about 4 inches, so from the trim on the top to about 7 inches, and that's a good size. My phone is not quite that big. This is an old phone that I have, and it measures about 3.5, well, not quite 3.5, by about 6.5, and as you can see, it fits in there nicely. The little trim on the top, covers it up. Just makes it look pretty, I think. So it's a real simple project to do. It's beginner friendly, and it doesn't take any time and very, very little yarn. So as you can see, I've made them in solid. I've made them in variegated yarns. This one you'll see is shorter. I made this one shorter for a phone that's, not quite as tall. And you can do that as well. As long as you have the base part, it'll fit just about any size phone, unless you have like a tablet size phone, a giant phone. Then you would have to start with the chains, a longer chain, more chains at the beginning. But the rest of the pattern would be the same. And then you can just go up as many rows as you want to get to the desired height that you want it. Take into consideration that if you're going to put this trim on the top, the trim will take up, about an inch, I guess. Let's see. Let's not guess. Yeah, about not quite an inch, about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch on the top. So we have that. And then they have, like the strap. The strap is just real simple chain and then single crochet back down. So we're going to talk about our supplies for this project. And I just used a number 4 worsted weight yarn. This is just a super saver. And today I'm just going to use the pretty in pink color. For this, they're great stash busters. It doesn't take much yarn at all. So this is a number 4 worsted weight. As long as you're doing a worsted weight yarn, your sizes are going to be, about where you want them, the same as we have here. So you have your yarn. We're going to use a 5mm crochet hook for this. Of course, a pair of scissors, your embroidery needle, and a stitch marker. So they are all the supplies that you're going to need for this project. So you gather your supplies, and then we will come back together and get started with this project. Okay, we're back, and let's get started with this phone caddy with a strap. It's got a strap, cell phone caddy. So to start this project, you're going to start with a slip stitch, and then you're going to chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Then you're going to do a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. This loop that's on your hook does not count as a chain, so don't count that. You're going to count, this is your first chain, your second chain. So that's where you're going to put your single crochet into that second chain from the hook. So do a single crochet. Now, where you've done that single crochet, we're going to mark that because when we come back around, we're going to put 2 more single crochets in that stitch there. So from here, you're just going to single crochet all the way down this one side. It's very simple, easy project. Even the border at the top is not hard at all. It's kind of fun. So you're just going to single crochet all the way down. Each chain all the way down. And when you get to the end, you're going to do 3 single crochets in this very last stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to single crochet again all the way down the opposite side of this chain. You're going to crochet over your tail as you go. And when you get to the end, you're going to do 2 single crochets. But for right now, down this side, you're going to do 1 single crochet on the other side, the other loop of your chain, to come all the way down this other side. And you're going to, like I said, crochet over top of this tail. And we're far enough down, I think. From here, we're going to go ahead and pull that tight and give that a snip. Get rid of that tail. Then we're going to continue a single crochet all the way down this opposite side until you get to your stitch marker. You're going to be doing 1 single crochet in each stitch till you get to your stitch marker. And now at your stitch marker, you are going to do 2 single crochets. That'll give you the 3 like we have down at the other end. Put in your stitch marker. And from here until you get to the top of it, you're just going to be single crocheting all the way around. This row that we're doing now is going to be considered row 2. So we're just going to do a single crochet in each stitch all the way around. Just 1 single crochet. You're not doing increases on the ends anymore. Now you're just going to want to, because you don't want it to be any bigger. That's just to make it like a little curve at the end. So you don't need to do that. You're just going to be doing a single crochet in each and every stitch all the way around. You can do this in so many fun colors. The gals I would make them for would just, you know, most of them had like specific colors they wanted to have for them. Some of them wanted just a neutral color to wear with any outfits, and others just wanted to have fun and spice it up a little bit. That's why I'm doing this one in pink. This is just kind of a fun color. And this is a solid, of course. I have done them in variegated colors, which makes it gives it a fun pattern. So again, you're just single crochet all the way around this row, which is row 2. Or no, it's not. It's round 2. Because you're going in continuous rounds all the way around. You're not going back and forth. Doing continuous rounds all the way around. And I do prefer continuous rounds when I crochet. I just think it gives it a neater look. Remove your stitch marker. And that last stitch, replace your stitch marker. Now you are going to continue this. You're going to continue doing a single crochet in each and every stitch all the way around your project for rows 3 through 25, or until you get it to the height that you want. Like the one I showed you, one of the ones I showed you was not quite as tall, so you can make it shorter. You can make it taller if you want. Just take into consideration, if you were going to put this border that we have, this 1/2 to 3/4 inch border that we have at the top, take into consideration you're going to have that extra height too. But just continue this all the way around rows 3 through 25, or the height that you want it. And then we're going to come back together and we will do the border. And then we will do the strap and get it all finished up. So continue this around, pause the video here, continue this around, just round and round and round until you get to row 25, and then we'll come back together to do the next part. Okay, we have finished through round 25 of a single crochets to make the body of the cell phone pouch. And now we're going to do the border. And the border is a shell stitch with a picot at the top. So we're going to learn how to do that. So pull this tight a little bit. So to do that stitch, we've ended our last single crochet here. In the very next stitch, we're going to do a total of 5 double crochets, but we're going to do 3. 1, 2, 3. And then on this third one, we're going to do a picot stitch. And for this picot stitch, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to come back into the base where we did our first chain, into the base, and we're going to just slip stitch through there. That forms our picot. Now we will finish the shell stitch by doing 2 more. This will be the 4th and the 5th of our shell stitch, and you can see that gives you your shell stitch. Now to ground a shell stitch, you need to skip 1 and then do a slip stitch in the next stitch. So slip stitch, and that grounds your shell stitch. It's easy, it's not hard. It's very easy, and it gives it a pretty little border there. So now we're going to, again, skip 1 and then do our shell / picot stitch. So 1, 2, 3 double crochets. Then we're going to do our picot, which is chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a slip stitch into the very top there. Do a slip stitch that creates the picot. Then you're going to finish the shell stitch by doing 2 more double crochets. And then we're going to ground this by skip 1, then a slip stitch in the next stitch. Then we're going to skip 1 and do a shell picot stitch in the next. So 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 4, 3, 4, create your picot by coming into the top and do a slip stitch, then complete the shell with 2 more double crochets. 1, 2. So let's do that again. We're going to skip 1, then do a slip stitch, then we're going to skip 1 and do the next shell picot combination. 1, 2, 3, double crochets, chain 4, do your picot, and then your last 2, maybe, your last 2, 1, 2, skip 1, slip stitch, skip 1, do your shell picot, 1, 2, 3, got your shell stitch, and then your picot, 1, 2, 3, 4, complete the picot with a slip stitch, then complete your shell stitch, doing 2 more double crochets, and that's all in that same stitch. Your shell stitch is all in one stitch. Sorry if I didn't make that clear when I was telling you. You skip 1, then you do your slip stitch, skip 1, then you're going to do your shell stitch, your shell slash picot. So all in the same stitch, you're going to do 3 doubles, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, complete your picot with the slip stitch, complete the shell with 1, 2 more doubles, then you're going to skip, then a slip stitch that anchors your shell, and then you skip and you'll do another shell picot combination, 1, 2, 3 doubles, chain 4, complete your picot, and then complete your shell stitch with 2 more doubles, all in that same stitch. Skip 1, ground it with a slip stitch, and you're going to do your last shell stitch. So you're going to skip 1, and right here, and sometimes when you're doing these, it'll just end up this way. To get the size we wanted, you're just going to end up being kind of close to the first one you did, and that's fine. This is going to be the back. 2, 3, chain 4, do your picot, and then your last 2, 1, 2, and then you're going to come over. You usually skip 1 and then ground it. So we're going to come over to this one here and ground it with a slip stitch, fasten it off, need some new scissors. And you see it is kind of close there, but that's fine. This is going to be the back of your caddy, cell phone caddy, so that's fine. But see this, I just love this shell picot combination stitch. So we're going to come to the inside here and just pick up one piece of yarn. Even though I knotted it, you know, if you've watched my videos, I am a little OCD about making sure everything is knotted up good and tight. And then you're going to weave in by going, we're just going to go through the bottom of that shell stitch once. We came out here, so we're going to go in a different way, different direction, different stitch there, 2. And we're going to do it one more time for our third run through. That makes it nice and secure. Snip that off. And this is the front, and this finishes the main part of your caddy. Now, if you want to, you can do a heart applique on it, or, you know, anything like that. I don't usually, but you can. It'd be cute to do that in a different color. So we're going to pause the video here, and then we're going to come back and do our handle. And it'll be the same yarn, same hook to do our handle. So we'll come back for that. Okay, now we're going to do our strap. And to do this, leave yourself a long tail, because you're going to have to attach this strap to your caddy. So you do a slip knot, leave a long tail, do a slip knot, and you're going to chain 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. So there your 100, chain of 100. Now we're going to do a row of single crochet starting at the second chain from the hook. This loop on your hook does not count as a chain, so don't count that. This would be chain 1. You're going to skip over to chain 2, and you are going to do a single crochet. Now, if you wanted your strap, this makes the strap about this thick. If you want your strap to be thicker, you could do a half double crochet down this side. But I'm going to do a single crochet all the way down. But like I say, your project, do it your way. So if you want it to be thicker, you could do a half double crochet. You could even do a double crochet down this side. I'm going to do with my strap, single crochet all the way down. So go ahead and single crochet. I think you'll end up with 99 single crochets. It doesn't really matter how many. You're really looking more toward the length of it. So go ahead and pause the video here. Continue to crochet down the chain, and we'll come back at the end and I will show you what to do to finish it up. Okay, we're coming up to the end. Crocheting, I did single crochet. You may have done half, you may have done double, that's fine. And we're gonna go into our last chain here. And then we're leaving this tail here. We're gonna go down one more time so that we have, well, it makes it a little bit thicker, plus we'll have a tail at the other end as well. So chain 1, turn your work, and then another row of single crochet all the way down this other side. And when you finish this row, this row, then we will come back together and get it all attached. Now, you can see it's, well, let me just measure it. Well, you've already done your side, so it's about, it ends up being about 3/4 of an inch, I guess, wide. It's going to be a little wider if you did a half double crochet or a double crochet. I just always have done a single crochet, and that's, you know, how it turns out, like that. So go ahead and, like I said, pause the video here, complete your single crochets down this other side. We will come back together and finish up our cell phone caddy. Okay, we've come to the end of this row. I'm gonna put in our last single crochet in this row. Gonna fasten off with a slip knot. Give yourself a good long tail here. Snip that. Pull your yarn. Now grab your embroidery needle. Thread your needle. And, well, that didn't work. Let's try that one again. There we go. Okay, so thread your needle. Now, like I said, you can tell this is the back because it just is, you know, with that extra row, it comes up a little higher. So we're gonna make this our front and just lay it flat, get it how, you know, how you want it so it's all flat. Then you're going to sew your strap on this side. It doesn't have to be perfect, but figure what your side is. You're going to bring the strap to the inside, of that. Now, you don't want to crochet it where your shell stitch is. You want to bring it down to where the single crochets are. Gives it a little more stability. And you're just literally going to sew this in, going through one side, and you're going to do this several times. It's not going to really show because you're using the same color yarn, but you're just sewing it on. Come down to the bottom here. We're going to go back and forth several times on this so that it is nice and secure. Come in again on the bottom. Because your cell phone have a little bit of weight to it, so you do want it to be good and strong for you. So just sew this back and forth. And we're going to go ahead and come up a little bit. And do another row there. I think I'm going to end up doing this 4 times. Because I want it good and secure. So let's go one more time across. And you can tell, you can't even tell where you've been coming from the front because it is the same color. So then come back through to the inside where the strap is. And do you a slip knot to fasten it off. Pull that tight. Then we're going to weave it in. As with norm for me, do it 3 times. That's 2 runs. Different place, different direction. 3rd time, pull it good and tight. Snip that off. And that's one side of your strap. Now let's go ahead and thread the tail from the other end of the strap. But then we're going to, this is the front. We're going to lay it down and make sure that we have this strap without twisting it. So this is a part of it that you're going to want to really make sure you're doing right. So you've got your strap here and you're going to want to just pull this through your fingers like this so that you make sure you've not twisted it. So when you come to the other end, it will be a straight run. So pulling it through your fingers like that, just kind of make sure it's gonna be not twisted up for you. So pull it all the way through, making sure it's not twisted. Then you're going to come to the other side and come again down a little bit. And let's see if we can find that needle. And we are going to do exactly like we did on the other side. We're just going to sew it on. I'm going to go back and forth. Down where the single crochets are. Don't come up where the shell is. It'll be more secure if you come down to where the single crochets are. Make sure you get those ends in really good. And just come back and forth. What do we do? 4 times? We'll do 4 times again. I think this is 3. I wasn't counting though. It doesn't matter. Got a nice long tail. So you should be fine. So sew that in. And we're going to come one more time. If you were keeping track, then you know how many. I wasn't, so I'm not sure, but I think this is going to make it really secure. Come through the end. Now we're going to come to the back and do like we did on the other side. We will secure us a finishing knot here. Pull that really tight, then weave in these ends. 1, 2, 3 times. Give it a little snip, and you have finished your caddy. It's hard to tell the front and the back, but if you look at it really close, you can see the back is going to be where it's a little taller. It doesn't make that much difference, but if you're going to applique something to it, to the front of it, you could even embroider your initial on there. Whatever you wanted to do, or just leave it plain. I like it plain. But this Cell Phone Caddy, it ends up being, the strap ends up being about 30 inches. So it hangs, you know, not way down low on your neck, around your neck. You can do it longer if you want to, just increase the number of chains. Like, you know, we started with 100 chains, just increase and do longer if you want it longer, or shorter if you want to. But this is your completed Cell Phone Caddy. Like I said, I've made a lot of them. I even have people that have requested them to put their glasses in. A lot of us wear reading glasses, and you know, we have a tendency to lose them. So I've made some for friends just to put their glasses in. But this is a Cell Phone Caddy that you can wear around your neck just to kind of keep it handy. And you can use it for a lot of different things, but this is what we've been using it for here. So I'm glad you joined us today to do this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm new to YouTube, not to crocheting, but to YouTube. So please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate the likes. Hit that notification button and leave me some comments. I love to hear and respond to you guys. So you do that. And again, please subscribe. And I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you for joining me with this. And as always, happy crocheting.